Hello, hello. So, welcome. I am Kim Porter, transformational life and business coach. And today we have a big treat for you because we're going to have Bree with Aloha Studio talking about branding, why it's so important to have a personal brand, how to do it. And so she's going to fill us in on all of that. I met Bree at our last Heart and Hustle networking event in the Hampton Roads area. Me and Amy Beltran of Irresistible Icing, we co-host this Heart and Hustle group. It's an amazing group of ladies. And so if you would like to join us on October 8th, you can join us at 6 o'clock at Mermaid Winery. It is going to be amazing. It's so much fun. So we really would love to have you there. And so I met Bree last month and I was like, let's get together and talk about this because I'm a big proponent of having a personal brand. So I'm going to invite her on. Let's see here. So you know how this technology goes. It's like, I want to invite her on and we're going to see if we can get it done. Okay, so allow your viewers to request to join you as a guest. Okay, so I think we need to wait until she is on. Let me see. Brianna, are you here? Let's see. Okay, so I don't see Brianna yet. So when Brianna hops on, we're going to invite her on and we're going to do a live for you guys. And we're going to talk about all about why a personal brand is so important. I've wrote blogs about this. I'm going to take my ring light off because right now I can't see anything. So when you have a personal brand, it just makes you stand out from all the rest of the people that are doing the same thing that you're doing. So it's so important. And this day and age where we're having these businesses, there's Brianna. Okay, Brianna, I'm going to invite you on. Okay, add. Okay. Let's see if it works this time. If anyone watched my live before, we did it!
I know, we figured it out. Awesome.
I was so worried.
Yeah, same. I was like, okay, I hope I'm in the right application. I made sure I turned sideways, just like you said. It's perfect.
I know. It is like technology. When it works, it's great. And when it doesn't, you're like,
exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly.
So I already did a little bit of an introduction, but I didn't really talk about like who you are and how you got started. So if you will kind of explain to people what you do.
Okay, perfect. So my name is Bree, and I am the owner and photographer of Bree Aloha Studios. I also do personal brand coaching as well. What I end up doing with all of my clients is actually up-leveling their brand, enhancing their brand online through social media websites, their online website, the marketing, advertising. So from point A to point B to be able to and hone on your personal brand skills and be able to share that with your audience on a one-on-one basis. So that's definitely what, like you were stating, that is what is needed today to up-level your business, is be able to to connect with your audience. And the best way to do it is to start with your personal brand.
It is. And so why do you think small business owners, and especially women, have a hard time showing up like that, where they're the face of the business, where they're putting their personality out there a little bit more?
I think it comes a lot to how businesses were constructed a few years ago. It was mostly about branding your actual business instead of branding yourself, not being as personable with your audience. But in today's day and age, being able to connect with your audience on a one-on-one basis. I rather buy from someone I have an emotional connection with, and especially women, they buy emotionally over than something, physically. So if I have a connection with you, then I'm most likely going to go with you than go with someone else that might have the same products and services. But just because I made a connection with you either on social media or on your website or however you connected with them, I am more prone to buy with you. So
it's so true.
Yeah.
It's the know, like, and trust factor. And so if there's two women selling earrings and they're both beautiful and they're both the right price, I'm going to go with the one who I kind of know her personal story a little bit more. I connect with her on a personal level. So it's such a powerful thing to build a personal brand. So how would somebody go about doing that?
Okay, so I actually wrote down a few tips because I wanted to make sure that I key in on all the key figures on how you can start on defining your brand. And that's the number one thing you want to do is to define your brand. So as you create your personal brand, you want to think about yourself introspectively, both internally and externally. And then you want to get those internal perceptions and ask yourself a few questions on how to define your brand. So how do you want to be perceived by your audience? Um, what are things that remind you or remember that people remember about you when you walk out of the room? And then what are your strengths? Not only your strengths and your weaknesses, but how can you enhance your strengths and be able to put that inside your brand? In addition to that, for the external perceptions that you want that people have about you, you want to think about how do people describe you? How do your peers describe you when you go into a networking event or when you just meet with someone? And then what would your previous supervisor or current supervisor say about you? That's something that's how I ended up starting personal branding, which we can get into later on. So
Love that.
definitely with the peer supervisors and what do they say about you and how you want to create that narrative. You want to be actively involved within your personal brand. So being able to ask yourself those few questions on how you can internally and externally do your perceptions, that's really great to start off with. And then turning into creating your own personal branding statement. And that is just going to be an abstract accumulation of your ideas, your themes, your vision and values for your company. And these are going to be tangible statements that you'd be able to, advise your clients of and advise yourself of as you wake up on a day-to-day basis. Who do I want to be? And you'd be able to do that by asking yourself, who am I? Why am I even here? Like, why? What is your why? Why am I even here? Why am I showing up? Why am I waking up in the middle of the morning? Like, what is your why? Just like you stated in your networking event, your why can't be your kids. I mean, it is a very good why, but you need to dig deep personally within yourself and find what makes you smile in the beginning of the day. What is something that you'd be able to put on and push towards your audience? So definitely think about that as well. What is your why? Dig really deep in that as well. You also want to ask yourself what I can offer. What are you actually offering to your audience? And if it isn't something that is new or the new trend, how can I set myself or be different from my competitors? So you want to ask yourself that as well. And then last but not least, what do I love to learn more about? Whatever you're into, whatever your passion is, you would want to learn more about it. I think so. Being able to be knowledgeable in that space and being able to grow either with a mentor or a coach or books or however you love to do it. Definitely being able to want to continue to grow yourself personally and professionally will definitely, drive you towards, your personal brand and your personal brand statement.
I love that. So touching on a couple of things that you said, like your why, I believe that our why has to be deeper than our husband or our kids, or I mean, it really, that thing that pulls you out of bed, that keeps you focused and keeps you happy outside of our roles as husband and wife and even our job titles. We are more than that. And so when we have a why that's way bigger, the bigger vision, the legacy that we're leaving, that keeps us going when things get hard or our kids act up and we're like, you're my why?
Yeah, exactly.
I love you, but it really keeps pulling us forward. So I'm a very big proponent of having a strong vision. And then when you were talking about like your experiences, when I wanted to grow my transformational life and business coaching, I kind of brought the makeup stuff with me. Like, I've been a makeup artist for so long. That's what I was known for. And women would hire me because of the makeup. They would say, oh my gosh, like, I love makeup. It's so exciting. I think it's so much fun. You stood out from others because of that.
Yeah.
So use what you know, use your experiences, and create a personal brand around you.
Yes.
Who you are.
Yes, definitely. And
I love that.
Just bouncing off of that, just before I even got into personal branding as my career, as my passion, as my drive for my day-to-day, I kind of even thought to myself when I used to work in the corporate industry for a long time, wanting to create that narrative. As you see, I have a stud in my nose, and you can't see from the rest of me, but I do have tattoos. And being able to just be perceived before you even get to know me, I wanted to be able to shape that narrative. I wanted to be able to let you know that I'm more than my appearance. I have a lot of going on mentally, and I have a lot of aspirations and goals that I want to reach. And by being actively involved within your life is how you're going to be able to continue to grow your brand and create the story. So it's either that the story is going to create itself by you not doing anything, or you can help narrate the story by being actively involved.
I love that.
Yeah.
So I feel like I have two clients, one that has like a product-based business that, they're just like selling dresses or tumblers, and they wonder how personal brand could benefit them. So can you talk a little bit about that? Because I think I understand, like, coaches and thought leaders understand why it's so important to really get yourself out there. But if you're not selling something that is like that you feel so is life changing, but it is life changing and it is exciting, and so how can you put your personal brand into something like that if you have a physical product?
Okay, yeah, definitely. If you just like you're speaking about the dresses or about tumblers or anybody who's selling any type of product, there's a reason why you're selling it. Hopefully, I really hope so. I mean, I hope that you're not just selling it for the heck of it. Like this coffee cup right here. It says, coffee in one hand, confidence in the other. So this person or whoever sold this product, I don't know who it is, but I bought the product because, first of all, confidence in the other. I definitely want to have my own set of confidence. Obviously, that person was confident. That's why they made the cup. So being able to sell your product or service as you, even as a tumbler or a dress, there has to be something behind it. Confidence comes from wearing dresses. Beautiful, being beautiful, and being able to look at yourself in the mirror, reflect, and all those different things would be able to be utilized within your personal brand to grow your product into something more than just a product. That is what personal branding is all about, is growing it more than just a product, and it's growing it more than just a logo or, the brand colors. You're actually you're going down, you're digging deep into why you're actually selling those products and services, and you are telling that story through personal branding. You're saying, why am I making these cups on a day-to-day basis? Who do I want to attract? Who's my target audience? And why do they want to buy this cup? And you want to be able to express that, through your social media, through your online website, through your advertising and your marketing. You want to make sure that you're hitting all those key points to make sure that you are not only selling your product, but you're selling yourself. So,
and it's more than just on your about page. Like, your story should be threaded through your social media, just your Facebook page. Like, if I go to your Facebook page, I should kind of know who you are just by scrolling a couple minutes. Like, I know what you believe in, I know what you stand for. This is so important to get this out there to the world so that they understand, like, oh, that's my people. Like, oh, like, that's my community. I want a deeper level. I want to support women who are doing big things and want more women to feel confident. And so that's who I want to support. So I shouldn't have to go digging to your about page on your website to find out what you stand for.
Exactly. And like 99% of the time, I don't even click on the about page. I want to see where you're at. Just like you said, scrolling down your feed on, your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter, whatever else you have, your LinkedIn, whatever you are involved in. I want to be able to get to know you just based off a quick glance. And even if you go onto someone's biography nowadays, you'd be able to get to know their key components. And then if your biography for, your Instagram, just for instance, isn't drawn to you as a person, it just says, I sell tumblers. I'm like, so does 1,000 other people. So what makes your tumbler special? What makes your dresses special? My tumblers brings you, I don't know, like refreshing, beauty, because they have glitter and whatever else on them. Or when you try my dress on, Mama, you're gonna feel so confident when you get into this, and you're gonna be able to look at your mirror, in the mirror and say, "Damn, don't I look good?" So just being able to, say a little bit more than I sell dresses or I sell tumblers.
No, it is, and it's how you feel. Like, how is the person going to feel when they get that product in their hand? And you kind of go with that. Like, you're creating a lifestyle more than just selling a product.
Yes.
I love that. So what are the first couple steps that someone, I know you gave like define it and then get your statements. So like if someone got that down, but they were still feeling a little stuck, do they hire a personal brand photographer or coach? How does that work?
Actually, I do have a lot of key information on my Instagram that I share every Tuesday on tips that you could use within your personal branding. What different ways you can up-level your brand. You don't have to hire a photographer like myself in order to take personal brand photography. If you're able to know the aspects of personal branding, which is another thing I do have for one of my services, as I provide an ebook that tells you all different types of brands. Yes, it advises you all different types of shoot layouts, how to get ready for your photo shoot, what kind of things you should prepare for your photo shoot, what you should wear, how you should pose, a whole 9 in that book. So you can not only have to hire a photographer on a professional level, but if that's not within your budget, being able to do it on your own. iPhones nowadays are amazing. So being able to continue to take photos on your own, you can definitely go ahead and do that. And again, if you need me, I'm definitely here for the coaching sessions as well. And I do offer a 6-week brand revitalization, which we go step by step into yourself, into your confidence, into getting to know your brand, crafting your personal brand profile, converting your audience into clients, and then, implementing the new you. So
I love that.
Go step by step for a 6-week one-on-one coaching. And then also I offer the photography as well. And then some of the photography packages do include the coaching portion.
Perfect.
But
so
definitely
the first
check
thing
out. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, definitely check out my Instagram, especially on Tuesdays.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, on Tuesdays I post, Bree with tips or tips with Bree.
Okay.
And it goes more in depth with personal branding and how to brand yourself, other than what you can find on Google. More specific information, and always jump in my DM. I always respond to all my direct messages. So if you ever have a specific question on how you want to up-level your brand or anything like that, jump into my DM and I'll definitely answer.
Awesome. So how can they find you on Instagram?
It's at Bree, BRI, Aloha, ALOHA Studio. So it's Bree Aloha Studio. I'm Hawaiian and African American, but I have always been very rooted to my Hawaiian roots. So Bree Aloha was just something I collabed together and came up from my studio name.
I love that. And it's different.
Yes.
And it speaks to your heritage, and it's like something that makes you stand out from others.
Yes.
Which is what we're trying to get people to see. That's awesome. So where would they find the ebook?
At the BreeAlohaStudio.com. I provide it after the first call consult, which is complimentary, and it's something that I provide after we do a consult, and then you can definitely get the ebook, and then the ebook will actually be launching on November 1st, and that'll be on sale for $10. So it's very inexpensive, and it will tell you, how to do personal brand photography at home.
I love that because, like you said, our iPhones really are powerful.
Yeah.
And I have a ring light, being from the makeup industry, the ring light is amazing. And I have a little mini one on right now. So, like, if you have the good lighting, if you like makeup, I like makeup, put on a little makeup. And then feel confident, take a picture, and like you do that a couple times. Like I've done little photo shoots before where I change my outfit and take a couple pictures, and that's a couple weeks worth of photos.
Yeah.
So we can totally do this ourselves. It's just having the right tools, and would be great for them to go to your Instagram and get those tips that you give every Tuesday. That's amazing. What a great information that you're giving people. So thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you. Did we cover everything? Did you have any more tips that we didn't get to?
Well, yeah, just about that, and just about the success of personal branding. And nowadays, everybody personal brands themselves. You can think about, the Kardashian family, the Carters, Oprah, Jessica Alba with the Honest Company. Everyone is in personal branding. And, all of the great success stories involve people who actually stand out from the crowd by involving and being active in their life, helping create that narrative. So
it's so true. One of my favorite ones is Sarah Blakely, who created the Spanx.
Yeah.
So she created this huge, company. And then she has started to step out on her own and share her thoughts and share inspiring stories. And so she's creating a platform for herself.
Yes.
That's so important so that she can continue her legacy of what she's leaving on this earth.
Exactly. So, I mean, all the queens, you got to stand up. You got to go ahead and do and be out there and get out and being able to share your story. I mean, women love to talk, so let them know. Let them know what they love, like what they already want to know. So, I mean, nowadays, everybody kind of wants to know the 411. So go ahead and give it to them and intertwine it within your business on how you're going to create that passion and create that that sense of need. And that you could do that by incorporating on your stories and your captions on, all your social media platforms, and especially on your advertising. And that's how I've been able to up-level myself and up-level my brand. Like I stated, I started off in the corporate world, but what really drew me to personal branding is after I created a multi-six-figure company. Me and the six-figure company collaborated before they were six figures, and now they're almost, hitting $500,000 a year. And so that is what really strung me along to say, Brianna, this is what you love to do. You love to help small businesses, entrepreneurs, creatives. So how about you stop working in the corporate world and do something you love to do, which is helping others up-level themselves. So I would definitely recommend, like I stated, I do a 30-minute complimentary call, and we can talk about your personal brand, what your business goals are, and how I can help you.
That is amazing. Thank you so much for being on.
Thank you for
We are going
having
to, you are so welcome. And I can't wait to see you. Hopefully you'll be at our next Heart Hustler event. So that is on 10/8 at 6 o'clock at Mermaid Winery in Ghent. And you can find more information about that at Kim Porter TV Facebook page. It's pinned to the top.
Awesome.
Thank you all for joining.
Thank you.
And I know if we had a couple comments, I'm going to respond to those comments and get back to you guys. Thank you so much for catching us live, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Bye, Kim.
Bye.